Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be learning how to make a structured listing bar for our corset or our bustier. If this is something you'd like to learn, kindly keep watching and let's get right into the video. So the first thing I'm going to do is get the panel or the fabric I've set aside for my listing bar, and I'll start marking out the midpoints of my panel. So I love cutting my listing bar panel on fold. I have seen so many YouTube videos whereas they cut theirs separately, but I love cutting mine on fold. And I'll come down by 0.5 inches, 0.5 inch. Then I will start going in by 0.25. So the width of the reddening boning I'm using is about 0.25, so I am marking out the channel for it. And now I'll start sewing my sewable boning from after the 0.25 I just finished marking out. So this will serve as a base for my eyelets to help my eyelets last longer and sit properly. So I'm just sewing down my sewable boning. And then when I get to the end of the fabric, I would go up by half an inch, cut off my sewable boning, and I'll just gradually slit up this way. Trim out excess threads, and then I will also lay down the other end of my sewable boning for a perfect finish. So I need two of these, so I would introduce the second boning right here. So you need about 2 bases for this, so I'm going to sew the second boning very close to the first one. So placing it after the half inch, then I'll start sewing very close to the first boning. Just finish sewing. So I'm carefully sewing down my boning. Cut off half inch before the end of the fabric. Then also lay it down properly again, just like I did with the first one. So now the next step for us to do is seal up the edge of our base. So we seal up the edge this way to create a neat finishing around that point. So the half inch had earlier left aside from the beginning of my fabric. I'll just seal it up now, just so that's down, trim out, and then turn it out this way. And now I'm going to push out my fabric to fit the edges. So I'm just going to align my fabric. Then I'm going to then sew very close to the first boning. So I'm using the first line from my sewable boning as a guide to sew down a channel for channel for my redeeming bullying to pass through. So I'm going to measure out my boning. Now cut off. So your boning, redeeming boning should get to the end of the fabric. So come up by about 1 inch for a cut of the boning. So you bond the edges of the boning just like I did. As you can see, I have a space of about 1 inch away from the fabric. And now I'm going to create a space for where my eyelet will be on. That's that for the first one. So I'm repeating it again on the second one. So remember, I was sewing my boning on the right hand side. This time around I will be sewing down my boning on the left hand side. So I'm going to have the panel for both sides of my corset. So this particular process does not require too much explanation, so I'm just repeating, like doing what I did before all over again, sewing my boning very close to the first one, then I'll cut off half inch away from my fabric. Sew down the other end too. Cut off excess thread, and I'm going to close up my half inch. And I'll neatly turn it out. And then I'll use my first boning line as a guide for where my reddening boning will pass through. So I'm using my first boning line as a guide, and then my last boning line will be a guide for where my eyelet will be. I'm just trimming out any excesses. Equally repeat what I did, bond the edges of my boning. You could also use a paper tape, but I prefer bonding the edges of my boning. Then I can then pass it through. Said you need to, the boning should get to the end of the fabric. It should be at least 1 inch away from the end of the fabric. So now I'm going to use like the last sewing line on my sewing boning as a guide for where my eyelet will be. So I just created a house for where my eyelet will be. Now I would introduce my soldering iron. So I marked out about 1 inch, 3 inches apart from each line. Then I'm going to just create my holes. After heating up my soldering iron, just create the holes this way. You need to be patient with this because this soldering iron can ruin your fabric easily. So I'm going to just keep rotating my soldering iron. I keep going in circles. You don't need to create so much holes on your fabric. So I'm going to repeat steps again. I'm calm with it. Keep rotating there. Guys, my soldering iron is on my scissors. Please don't place your soldering iron on a plastic surface. So now I'm going to place my first channels I've created on the second one to get the points accurately, using marker for it, and now I can now start creating my eyelid holes again. Let's place there. It again. I need to fix my eyelids into it. Keep doing that as I go. Now we are done with both sides, and then I can take it to my eyelid machines to place the cover. So that'll be all, guys. Thank you for watching. See you in my next one. If this video has been helpful, kindly like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. Bye, guys.